Hi! Welcome to a cozy fall video of some crafty moments in my life recently. I went to DC to see the Amish quilt exhibition at the Smithsonian Art Museum, and then I'll show you my sketchbook from that. I also found a box of my grandma's sewing and crafting supplies with just like a bunch of cute vintage goodies. And then I'm gonna start making my very first quilt. I'll also show you some of the quilting books and sewing books that I've been looking at for inspiration. And I'm painting the wall behind my sewing machine pink. So sit back, relax, and maybe make some art with me.
You got it.
I found this box full of goodies in my grandma's sewing machine. She has like a big one that is hidden in a desk. So I found this in there and I want to show you what's in here because I was just so excited. I found these little like embroidered patches. This owl one is super cute. I found this super cute gingham butterfly embroidery. We'll get to this later, but I found like the pattern book of where this is from, and the pattern book is all things that you can make on gingham fabric, which is amazing because I love gingham. This is a little silhouette paper cutout. I think it's of my grandpa when he was young. I'm gonna guess it's from like the 50s or 60s. Oh, I found sewing patterns. They're both for long A-line skirts, which I love. These are the pattern books for the little gingham butterfly. They have them like on pillows and stuff. And there's different ones, like I love this horse. You can put a little gingham cover on a basket. Oh my gosh, gingham like padded scrapbook is such a cute idea, and the picture frame. There's this little fabric piece with like hand-drawn tulips on it. It kind of looks like something that maybe one of my aunts did at like Girl Scouts or summer camp or something. I don't know what you would do with it, but it's so sweet. I love tulips too, they're my favorite flower. There's this nice little lace table runner. Oh yeah, this little sack. I don't know what this is used for or what I could do with it, but I absolutely love the red scallop. It's so cute. The other thing that I found in there is this silk scarf. And I think the colors are so pretty. It has like this paisley pattern on it. I did recently get the infamous Coach Brooklyn bag, and let me tell you, it's worth the hype. I love it so much. This is definitely the nicest bag that I own. For it being a shoulder bag that can fit so much, it doesn't even hurt my shoulder. Like I was wearing this at all the DC museums, and I think because the strap is so wide, it just feels so nice. And I love the personal touch of the silk scarf. Okay, so let me show you my sketchbook from DC. I got this cute new sticker in a stationery store that I went to. This is just like the perfect shade of pink. But if you saw my last video, I'll link it here. You would have seen my sketchbook pages from it, where I kind of did the same thing. So now I did it at the Smithsonian. This is what it looks like. I've been loving this way of organizing my inspirations inside my sketchbook because, first of all, the process is just so fun. It's really relaxing after you go to the museum to print everything out, cut it out, and glue it in, and you just kind of get to spend more time with what you saw. But it's also really nice for referencing later because I tend to take a lot of pictures at museums of things that I like that I want to look back on later, but then I never actually look back on it because it just kind of gets lost in my phone. My sketchbook is just a place that makes sense for me to return to for inspiration and ideas. So those are a few of my favorite quilts that I saw, and then I also cataloged the other exhibitions. Like there was this really cool folk exhibition, and there was a collection of paintings by William H. Johnson, which I really liked. And then the rest of the pages I included things that I saw at other museums that were more like historical objects. I really liked the ones that were like day in the life things that people used. Okay, I decided I'm gonna make a quilt of my own. I've never made a quilt before. I've attempted, but I didn't know how to sew back then and I wasn't doing it properly at all. I've just always loved quilts, like looking at the quilt show, and it kind of just like clicked for me last night that I can make a patchwork quilt and it's not that hard, maybe? I haven't done it, so I don't know yet. But it should just be like sewing straight lines. I just feel really inspired and excited because I got the idea to make it all red and just do different types of patterns that are like my favorite, like gingham, plaid, polka dot, and stripes. Just like classic patterns. Let's go to the craft store and pick out some fabric. Girl!
Her tail hates it though.
Girl, what are you doing? Look at her.
No.
Oh my gosh.
The
I need to patch the quilt. Here it is. I'm like halfway done on connecting all the strips. This is what each strip looks like. I had some pieces of fabric that were like too small to cut into the square, so I sewed them together like this to make a square, and I think having those little bits of extra detail and interest just like adds a lot of dimension and personality to the quilt. They end up being like my favorite parts, so I'm really glad that I did that. I think I messed up a little bit, I don't know, either in cutting or when I was sewing the pieces together, because I think this is the reason that some of my rows don't line up, but I'm not too worried about it. They're starting to line up more, but like you can see right here, things aren't really lining up, like the corners aren't matching. It doesn't bother me, it just adds a little bit of character, and I don't want to be too hard on myself because it's my first quilt. Just did all of this and realized the bobbin ran out. This is all that I actually sewed till here, and all of this I have to resew. I want to show you these quilting books that I just got. This first one I've actually had for a while before I got into sewing and quilting. I have always been an admirer of quilts, and this book came with a lot of pictures. It's called The Romance of the Patchwork Quilt in America. Oh yeah, like I love these. They look like sampler quilts. The pictures are in black and white, but there's so many of them. This book is more like theory and history of quilting in America, and the other books are more examples and how-to too. Then I got the standard book of quilt making and collecting. It shows you like if you want to make these roosters, here are the shapes that you would need to make. Here's some like stitching designs, order ideas. I like this little bird. I would totally try this. And then they also have like examples of quilts. Then this one was a really good find. Amish quilts, 30 traditional patterns and more than 200 inspiring photographs of Amish quilts. The photographs are what I really love about this because there's so many and they're all in color. One of my favorite things about quilts is like just the color combinations. A lot of people can make the same quilt pattern, but they can all look so different depending on what colors you use, and you can really customize it. Then the back of this book has how to do things. And then for my birthday, my mom got me The Act of Sewing, and this is like a really cute little how-to book on all the basics that you need to know, so I'm really glad to have this so I can reference it whenever I want. It says how to make and modify clothes to wear every day, and it includes 4 full-size patterns. So a lot of the book is like how to do certain types of sleeves or certain types of necklines, but the patterns themselves are also just really cute and timeless. So yeah, those are all my sewing and quilting books. If you have any recommendations on books that I should check out because I'm a new sewer, let me know. This is where I sew. It's super cozy because it's just in this hallway. And this is my grandma's sewing machine that I was talking about. It all folds up into a little box. So I got some paint swatches because I want to customize my sewing area a little bit and make this wall behind the sewing machine pink. So I have all these pink swatches. I originally wanted to paint the whole room, but I just wasn't really in the mood for that much work. I thought just doing the statement wall would be enough. Okay, let's clean this up.
Martha came from off the farm, ran right up, jumped in my arms. I said, "You're coming home with me today." Martha, you're the sweetest girl an angel sent down to this world. I love you more than words could ever say. Every day's a new beginning, life is just a game you're winning. Every time you look, an open door. So run right out, chase the sunlight. Nothing left to do but do right. Martha, you're the one my heart beats for. Martha, my darling, your name I keep calling. Heartaches forgotten when you lie with me. Down in the holler, in mansion or squalor, Martha, where you are is where I'll be. Evening comes, lay your head down, give your weary legs to rest now.
So that's my pink wall and my quilt in progress. I'll make sure to update you once it's all finished. I can't wait. Let me know what project you're working on or anything fun that you have planned, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
But darling, not for long. I will write a song about you, how I could not live